Okay, welcome back. This is the sixth part in the Blender Game Engine Physics tutorial. And so since I've made you suffer through those last two lessons learning about the controllers and the and the ors and the nans and the nors, XORs and XNORs, things that I really like a lot, but the other things that are in there, within the game logic, these sensors, I'm sure you can work on these on your own, like work with the mouse sensor and the joystick sensor for starters, and just get used to those, and we'll address these others later on. But let's do something fun since I've made you work at it a little bit. And so right in here, now notice I just have a sphere and a cone and another sphere, and they're all dynamic set here in the physics panel. And the radius is a little bit different. Let me see in wireframe. See, this one's been scaled down, yet I left the radius at 1. I'm telling you, these radiuses will haunt you someday. but we want to make this fun because, you know, when you looked at some of the earlier images that we were working with, it was kind of sluggish when you were moving those balls around. So let's just run this simulation and see what happens when we draw the sphere on top of the cone. Okay, let's see. Oh no, it's what? It's trying, but that doesn't make any sense, right? Okay, let's go see what happens if we try and put it on top of the other sphere. Let's see. Oh, that's a little bit, but then it falls off and it's kind of sluggish too. That's kind of boring, but we want action. That's what the game engine's for, action. And you want action in your games, I'm sure, or your simulations, whatever you're trying to do. So one of the coolest and easiest ways to do it is to change the mass. So let's just crank up the mass on this thing for this guy. Let's just drop it on top of this one right here and see what happens. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see what happens when we put it on top of the cone. Oh yes. Alright, so the mass makes a huge difference in the calculations. It sends that thing sailing. And so then things become much more reactive and dynamic in your scene. If you attach a keyboard sensor or whatever to any of these things, then these things are really going to start flying around. Alright, well that's all it is for this lesson. I just wanted to point out that quick tip to you, and keep experimenting. This is the best way to learn, and then I'll make more lessons for things that are less obvious within the game and the more challenging things, but I'll let you experiment on the sensors and the controllers for the time being. Alright, and I'll see you in the next lesson.